right now is the whole critical capabilities overview of enterprise risk management. And let me zoom out a bit so maybe you get to see the whole thing. If it wants to play, there she goes. Look at all this. So we have here is all the critical capabilities that are in the enterprise risk management Kanban, the enterprise risk management critical capabilities. There's over 2,000 critical capabilities in there if you're thinking of enterprise risk management and trying to figure out what you need to cover in there. So the big blue balls, they are the critical capabilities. They are the things you really need to think of, and the pink balls, they are the questions that are aligned to those critical capabilities. So the pink questions, they come from the books that you might know, from the self-assessment you might know, and here they are aligned to critical capabilities, areas that you should know basically and have in place. We have organized them in a very specific way and prioritized them based on their priority, based on their urgency, and I'll show you all of that later as well. Now let's start with what's the highest prioritized, because I told you that they've all been prioritized. 2,300. Let's start with the highest priority. If you need to have something in place for enterprise risk management, make sure you do this. Work with process owners and executive management to formulate and implement a plan to monitor current and emerging risks to ensure appropriate risk management principles are integrated throughout the overall business strategy of your organization. Linked to the topic enterprise risk management, and what we'll see as well is the light blue bulbs. They'll show you the related topics. So here the direct topics is enterprise risk management, but there are a lot of related topics in here that we'll cover. I'll show you later down the track as well. A question to ask here: what techniques does your organization use to identify risks to make sure that you actually are into enterprise risk management? As we see here, it's a must-have. All the must-haves are aligned to the must-have yellow area. If I click this, double click this, then all the must-haves will open up, and it's a couple of hundred. So the whole screen will go big blue balls, and I'll do that before we leave. This is the prioritization 2414. So this is the highest prioritized critical capability. 2414 also shows you that there's 2414 critical capabilities in here. Now, just for the fun of it, let me click on, now before we go, I can also click on enterprise risk management, and then everything that's related to that one comes up. That's a lot. But the must-haves, these are the ones that you must have in place. And later on, I'm going to show you and drill down a bit in, let's do the top 5 of those must-haves, or top 10, because this is a lot to cover. But I will just pan over it right now. We're live now, so what you can do is in the replay, pause it and read it for yourself if you want to have a look at what's in here in the highest areas. Now, let's go back to the prioritization. The prioritization technique that we're using is based on urgency and priority. It's used in management, business analysis, project management, and software development. Our prioritization technique to reach a common understanding of what has the highest priority. The algorithm that we've built is prioritizes each and every one critical capability on their proximity, density, frequency, all AI concepts, and natural language processing. So then you get something like this: match the highest urgent ones, only the top 5, because I've shown you the first one. So these are the prioritization areas. We organize the critical capabilities in must have, should have, ought to have, might have, and yeah, later, maybe. So I can click on each and every one of them, and the whole enchilada will unfold. These are all the must-haves, etc. So they're all based on proximity, density, and frequency, AI concepts in natural language processing, basically. Now let's find out what the 5 highest urgent and prioritized criteria are for enterprise risk management. You see here that I only picked the top 5, which means that we'll also get to see the very first one that we've seen somewhere. Let's unfold them all, click them all, so we have a good overview of what's going on here. There, and the final one. So we see here, this is the one that we started out with. This is the number 1 critical capability criteria. It's the highest prioritization, and they're all must-haves, all of these. Let me zoom out a bit so you can have a look at it. This is related to enterprise risk management programs, enterprise risk management plans, and this is to enterprise risk management, operational excellence management. So I can now drill down in that one and double click. There's only one, so only one shows up. But if I go to that one, plan, see what comes up. Oh, there's more. There's more coming up with plans, so I can drill down in there as well. And I can go like, that's too much. I only want to have the top 5 here. I don't want to see anything more. Now, what do we actually see here? What are the 5 highest prioritizations for enterprise risk management? Let's just zoom in a bit. Collaborate with business units and risk management functions to ensure appropriate model control standards. For all businesses are consistent with organization-wide policies. Yep. Interface with your group is implementing and overseeing an enterprise-wide compliance, business continuity, vendor due diligence, and enterprise risk management program that effectively measures, monitors, and mitigates consistent with your organization's risk appetite. Go on. Warrant that your group serves as a risk committee chair. So you need a risk committee chair who's responsible for the ongoing development, management, execution of a comprehensive enterprise risk management program, providing strategic guidance. Yeah, all good with me. All right, so work with process owners and executive management to formulate and implement a plan to monitor current and emerging risks. And the last one, make sure your design develops and maintains model risk management policy, standards, and procedures that outline the guiding principles for how the organization develops, documents, controls, validates, and maintains statistical, econometric, financial, or mathematical models for business use. There we go. These are the areas that I need to cover in enterprise risk management. So there's a lot of actuary going on here as well, a lot of policy development in enterprise risk management. And these are all related to the must-haves. So these are the 5 with the top highest priorities in enterprise risk management. So it tells a story of what you should be focusing on right now to start with. I can give you another view of what's interesting if I want to have a different angle of looking at what we're doing, which is these are all the critical capabilities and the questions that are aligned to them. So now I can just pan and zoom over each and every one and go like, oh, that's an interesting question. I'm gonna ask this question in my management team. I'm gonna ask this question to my personnel, to my staff, to my vendors. How do you ensure compliance with the myriad legislative, and regulatory frameworks? That's a tongue twister. Ensure theoretical and practical involvement supporting business continuity management and/or operational risk frameworks. You need to have that in place. Oh, interesting, I think. I might double click on that one. Related to risk, high priority, and a lot pops up that we can actually do here and take care of. So this is an interesting way of just looking at all the critical capabilities that are in here and just browsing the questions and hey, and pop up a question and ask that question in your management team with your staff, people you work with, and see if you can find out that you've got a similar answer than the ones that are in the big blue balls. Now, another thing that I'd like to do is let's have fun with something I call, and you know it, word cloud. So what's the enterprise risk management word cloud in this critical capability database? These are all the areas, the words that are of highest importance that you need to look at when you're organizing for ERM, for enterprise risk management. So employees, software, technology, environment, systems, forecast, health, analysis, regulatory, experience, industry, teams, maintaining, changing. Let's have a look at some of these and not to overwhelm ourselves. Just get the top 50 of all these critical capability keywords. So the word cloud now comes up with the ones that have the highest priority. EHS, credit, operational, lead, manage, innovation, developing. Which one do you want me to have a look at? So shall we look at something fun? Something fun in enterprise risk management, which would be compliance. That's always a fun one. Let's have a look at that one. Compliance. Open it up. And these are the compliance enterprise risk management critical capabilities that you would want to have a look at when you are specifically focused on and interested in compliance. Let me zoom in. I won't read them out loud. You can do it yourself, and I pan over it, or you can go down to the link that's here down below, and it'll be in the show notes as well. And that link will show you the Kanban, and the Kanban is you can completely browse through it, search through it, sort through it, and you can see all these basically. It gives you the same idea as in a Kanban style. Swim lanes, which you might recognize from project management. So these are the important words that we need to focus on when we're doing. So let's go down to 5, shall we? Let's see what comes up. Focusing on enterprise risk management. System, security, management, risk, manager. There we go. I want to have a look at security. There we go. Enterprise risk management, define, plan, and implement security processes. Ensure your staff creates and implements information security strategies and documents, etc., etc. Center of excellence in information security. Provide feedback on field security plans. All the things you need to do. And if I really don't know what I need to get started with, I just click on it and it comes up with. So I just clicked on evaluate cybersecurity tools and applications. What would you do if multiple business applications went down at the same time? And it's part of strategic. What does it mean? Strategic decision making. Strategic decision making. That's a cool one. So I can double click on that one as well, and up come the ones that are related to strategic decision making and enterprise risk management. So you see, there are lots of ways I can drill down here in this information and find exactly what I need here. Now, I've told you about word cloud, but we can also do something that we call topic cloud. So what's related to enterprise risk management? What kind of other topics do we need to be aware of and think about? ISO 31000, business process reengineering, statistical methods, ISO 19011, customer data platforms. We've got some tooling here, strategic planning, CMDB tool, vendor performance management, cybersecurity risk management. Oh, I'm interested in that one. Let's have a click. Identify and manage PLM program and release stakeholders, build awareness with leadership and user base. Check that your company coordinates efforts with other specializations. Yep. Confirm that your personnel has organizational change management involvement in IT enterprise environment. How do other organizations integrate resilience into enterprise risk management structures? They should have. See, this is a very nice way of actually having a look at all the related areas to enterprise risk management that I need to have under control and look at. So you can sort of see those as processes, other topics. Each and every one of those will have a video on it specifically on specifically that topic further down the track as we grow. We're doing one a day right now. Live session, and the videos will all be up, are all up right away when they've gone live. We do one a day, security incident interface, so that your operation participates as a member of the Enterprise Risk Management Committee and helps define the risk management strategy of your organization as it pertains to information security. Excellent. Carbon credits. Why would that be here? Let's have a look what this says. It says interact and maintain successful relationships with internal clients, ERM employees, and subcontractors. Falls on the carbon credits to manage all that. FedRAMP. Review, examine, and test new options and share feedback with infrastructure team and upper management. FedRAMP by itself, and actually each and every one of these topics, is a massive topic, and we have thousands and thousands of critical capabilities aligned to each and every one of those. But these are the ones that are specifically pop up when we look for enterprise risk management. Have DevSecOps under control. Confirm that your process is involved in enterprise risk management and mitigation planning. There you have it. That's the whole topic cloud. So we have the word cloud, we have the topic cloud. Gives you a good idea. Now, another way of using your critical capabilities in your Kanban is I can use it to answer, give me insight into a question that I want an answer to. Question here is, does your organization have an enterprise risk management strategy, and does it address cyber risk? I don't know. Let's have a look. Tell me. Oh, wonderful platform. There you go. These are the top 10 highest prioritized enterprise risk management critical capabilities that are related to cyber. All right, let's have a look at one or two. Be certain that your personnel is involved in implementation and management of your organization's cybersecurity program. Yep, that's a given. Be confident that your staff is involved in one or more areas: risk management, internal controls, and cyber risk management. Perform reviews of multiple cloud platforms. Here we go into the deep end. And services to assess cyber risks around security risks as data leakage and unauthorized access, and design controls to mitigate those risks. I like that one. That's going deeper already. Are the risks associated with working with other organizations assessed and managed? And I can double click on risk if you only want to see risk, but that's because the topic is risk management, enterprise risk management. We'll get we'll get a big ball of a lot of information to see there. So we're not doing that. Here, ensure your mission is to lead a team, infusing the enterprise scale operations and the unique operating needs of the cyber threat management organization. All right. What organizational structure and skills are needed to ensure appropriate management of legal risk? Nice. So see, this gives you hands-on right away to get started with your enterprise risk management strategy in relation to the addressing of cyber risk. So I can just open them all up, and this is my blueprint. So I can put this out on a whiteboard, and we can start talking about, do we need these priorities? How do we implement those priorities? And we can ask ourselves the questions that are related to this. Are the risks associated with working with other organizations assessed and managed? Who better to serve enterprise risk management than the actuary? Yeah, good questions. Let's do one more before I leave you for today. And I thought this would be this. No, I didn't think, because the AI told me this is the most important question. Do this one. Okay. It's a bit needy, that AI. Audit. All right. If your organization has an enterprise risk management, does your IT audit risk framework link to the ERM catalog? That's not always the case, is it though? Let's have a look at audit. What comes up? Here we go. Audit. And let's open them all up. Yeah. A lot of them are must-haves. Can you see that? Wow. Must-haves right away. Yeah. Oh, I had you opened up already. I'm sorry. You are lonely, and you can do some opening up. You're done. You don't know where you are. There you are. And there. And there. All right. If your organization has an enterprise risk management program, does your IT audit risk framework link to the ERM catalog? Let's have a look at some of these critical capabilities. Establish that your I'm going to zoom in so you can read it as well. There you go. Establish that your process considers any risk or control concerns identified by management or the board in planning audits. Who should participate in the ERM process and how? There we go. And it is it's related to security, risk, not related to risk here. And 2318. They're all must-haves, these, because I limited to the 10, so these are the top 10. If you want to have your IT audit risk framework linked to the ERM catalog. So these are the ones with the highest priority. Invest in planning, organizing, and leading IT security projects related to network, system, and data security, to include insider threat detection, enterprise information security reporting, auditing, as well as system risk management and mitigation. So as you can see, I'll just pan over it so you can have a look at it yourself. On the replay, pause it, see what's in there. Out of the 2,400, was it? Yeah, 2,400 criteria. But I'm going back to this one because this triggered me: insider threat detection. I have no idea if it actually pops up with something, but let's just do that on the fly. Insider threat. Yeah, helps if you spell it right. There. So insider threat. I'm going to look for insider threat now. Yeah, that's the only one that came up. Let's go. Insider threat, by the way, is a topic that has its own critical capability. Yeah, that's the only one. Okay, let's do threat, because now I'm on a roll here. Threat. Boom. So if I want to cover threats, these are all the things I need to look at. Let's just do the top 3. Enterprise risk management, covering threats. Top 3, this is what you need to take care of. I'm going to zoom in a bit. There. Invest in planning, organizing, and leading IT security projects related to network, system, and data security, to to include insider threat detection, enterprise information security reporting, auditing, as well as system risk management and mitigation. Leverage extensive knowledge and involvement of crisis response to identify and respond to events that create a major disruption or threat to business operations. You got to know these things. So ask, how does your incident response team work with your organization's broader enterprise risk function? Do they actually work together? Let me ask this question here, the one that we had before. How do investors evaluate enterprise risk management? Have a look at network vulnerability here. Partner with enterprise protection services to develop and facilitate execution of ongoing risk and threat assessments, drills, exercises, and impact analysis. Do you have a contract or memorandum of understanding with your partner that includes protections and contingency plans? All right, threat. So a lot of this has to do with disaster recovery and business continuity. Let's do one more, business continuity. Business continuity. Business continuity. Business continuity, see if it comes up. I have no idea. There we are. So if I want to dive into business continuity, there we go. Drive risk management and business continuity planning with internal stakeholders. How do I do that? I ask this question. What set of inputs, processes, and outputs does management use to provide oversight of an activity? And I want to have an enterprise risk management plan in place. There must-haves. Interface so that your group is implementing and overseeing compliance, continuity, vendor due diligence, enterprise risk management programs, and mitigate consistent with your organization's risk appetite. Risk appetite is an interesting one. Okay, now for the final one. Now I'm on a roll here. I just want to dive into it now. Risk appetite. I was interested in risk appetite. See what we have here. I promise you that'll be the last one. And we got 3 things because I limited it to 3. How about if I just do a lot? See what comes up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 that are related to risk appetite. So risk appetite is what you start with as an organization. What is our appetite for risk? What risk can we bear? What risk are we comfortable with? What risk have we covered by policies, procedures, or insurance? There we go. And I won't read them out loud because otherwise we're running out of time, but I'll just zoom over them, pan over them a bit, so you can look at them in the replay and pause and see what's in there if you want to cover risk appetite. All right, with that, I'm going to leave you for today. Thank you for your attention, and we'll talk again tomorrow. Bye-bye.